Psalm 37, verse 7 says, rest in the Lord. That phrase, rest in, is that same phrase that we're studying, be still. So be still in the Lord. Wait patiently for him. Do not fret. It could also be translated, do not whine, do not agonize, do not complain, because of the one who prospers in their way, because of the one who brings wicked schemes to pass. He goes on and says, cease from anger, forsake wrath, do not fret, do not worry, do not whine, do not agonize. It only causes harm. And I've had to sit in this one all day. Really, it's one of my favorite chapters in the whole Bible, because every time I come to it, I feel God hitting it in a different angle, constantly just trying to uproot some of the control issues in my life. But this one, he's specifically talking about envy, right? He's saying for us to wait patiently and not to worry about other people's success, other people scheming, trying to get ahead, to wait patiently on the Lord. And it's really at the end of a section where he's telling us how to be still. He tells us earlier in the way, trust in the Lord and do good, dwell in the land, feed on his faithfulness, which is talking about being present, staying in his word, staying in his presence. Be present. I don't know, that's something that I can tend to struggle with just a little bit. I can get lost in my own head. I don't know if it's a writer problem or if anyone else, if you struggle with this, tell me I'm not alone. But even if I'm not staying in my own head, there's a temptation to zone out on my phone, to be watching a lot of movies or reading a lot of books, to not be present right here in my real everyday life, right? So he tells us to dwell in the land, to be present, to feed on his righteousness, his word, in his presence, in praise, to delight in him. And we could unpack that all day long, but we don't have time. To commit our way to him. And then mixed into these pieces about how to be still with him are these promises. He says he'll give us desires in our heart that align with his desires. He'll bring our way to pass. He'll bring about our righteousness. He'll bring justice. And then at the end in verse 11, I love this. He says, and then we will delight ourselves in the abundance of his peace. I love it when there are promises tied to a hard command. He says, be still and don't fear, don't worry. And we'll live in the abundance of his peace. I need that. I want that. And I want to challenge you kind of to walk through that list and see how you can get there too.